Hello, guys. This is a new lesson, new chapter 2.2. It's about special functions and their graphs. We'll start with the first part. In this chapter, I will record many parts because each function I will do it by itself. Now, I'll start with the first function. It's called quadratic function. When I say quadratic, it comes from the same style. It means that it's squared. It's degree 2. And the quadratic function, if you draw it on your calculator or on GeoGebra, you'll see that it's a U shape. We call it it's a parabola, and it has a three form of equations. A quadratic equation that you know it from the preceding chapters when we were solving using delta has a standard form with y is equal ax squared plus bx plus c. And as I mentioned here, a is not equal to 0. A is not equal to 0 for the three forms because if a is equal to 0, it's not anymore a quadratic equation. It will be a line, an equation of a line, a linear equation, or also it could be a constant, a horizontal line. Now, the vertex form, it's in the form a factor of x minus h squared plus k, where h and k are the vertex, are the coordinates of the vertex. This is x of the vertex, this is y of the vertex. And I have the intercept form, y is equal ax minus p, x minus q, where p and q are the x-intercept. Now, we need to be careful that later on, when I will start to draw, you will really understand the objective or the idea of what does mean vertex, x-intercept. So you will see it later on in the lesson. Now, if a is positive, if the coefficient of x squared is positive, we say that the function is concave up. It has a U shape like this. And if it's negative, we say it's concave down. And sometimes you can see in some books we call it here upward, and here we call it downward. Now, if I need, if the function is in standard form, and I need to find the vertex and the axis of symmetry, we use the formula x is equal minus b over 2a for the axis of symmetry, and for the vertex, minus b over 2a is gonna be the x, and the y will be f of minus b over 2a, so we will replace. Now I'm talking all about letters. And you will tell me, Miss, I don't understand anything. It's all about letters. I need some application. Sure, we will do some application, but I need just to show you one thing. Why x of symmetry, it has the same coordinate of x of the vertex? Because when I see a parabola, it's a U shape. The vertex is here. This point is the vertex. And this is my axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is a vertical line. It's x equal to a number. Since it's passing through the vertex, so x is equal to this number. What is this number? It's x of the vertex. That's why it's the same here. You'll see it more in the application. Let's move to the first example. If I have the function y is equal minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. Now, all what I'm doing is algebraically, not geometrically, but I will let you see it later. First, I want to see the concavity. What is the concavity? So I need to see, is it upward or downward? So if I want to know the concavity, I need to check what is A. A is minus 2, and it's a negative. So what does it mean? It's concave downward or down. Because, so I know if I want to draw it, I can predict that it's going to be like this. Now I need to find the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry, what is the formula? I will write it here. The axis of symmetry, what is my formula? X is equal minus B over 2A. So it's equal minus, what is B? It's minus 4 over 2 times minus 2. So it's equal minus 4 over minus 4. So it's equal to 1. So my axis of symmetry is 1. It's x equal to 1. So the line, the vertical line, x equal to 1 is the axis of symmetry. What is the third question? Find the vertex. Excellent. We said the vertex, x of the vertex is the same as x of symmetry. So what's going to be the y? F of 1. And how do we find f of 1? We replace it in the function. When I say y, it means it's f of x. So it's minus 2 times 1 plus 4 plus 1. So it's minus 2 plus 4, it's 2 plus 1, so it's 3. So now I know that my vertex is 1, 3. So it will be very easy for me to draw it later on when I need it in the next chapters. D, I need to find the domain and the range. Excellent. What does it mean domain and what does it mean range? When I say domain, it means I'm talking about the x values. We did it in the preceding lesson 2.1. Can I replace here x by any value? Do you have any problem with any x? I don't have any problem because it's not a rational function, it's not a fraction, it's not a radical, it's not an Allen function. So what's gonna be here? The domain. We say d of f is equal, or I can write r like this, or real numbers, or also you can write minus infinity plus infinity. Excellent. But what's gonna be the range here? I said that the vertex is either the highest point or the minimum point. Excellent. But this function is downward. It means here the vertex gonna be the highest point. It means the value of y of the vertex gonna be the highest value of y. I cannot have a value of y greater than 3. So the range gonna be less than 3. The range, the values of y are all less than 3 because all the values of y are gonna be less than the maximum point. So either I can write it y less than or equal to 3, or also I can write it as an interval. Y belongs to minus infinity 3, and you need to be careful. I need the point 3. And the last question is to write it in vertex form. When I say vertex form, it means it's the first form that I saw it in this lesson. It's this one. So I have already the vertex. All what we need to do is to find A. So what is my vertex? Well, I will solve it here. Okay, I have uh, so y is equal a factor of x minus x of the vertex, it's minus 1 squared, plus 3. I still need to find a. How I will find a, guys, here? I will find a by doing what? By substituting x and y by any point that I know on this graph. So when I will substitute it, so I can directly, or here I since I don't have any point, I just look at this function. It's minus 2 here. So I need minus 2 times something. A is minus 2, so I can directly replace it. But if I don't have it, if it's not given and I need to find it, I just need to take a point on the graph here. I don't have a graph, so I can directly see from the equation that it's minus 2. So it's going to be minus 2 times x minus 1 squared plus 3. But in the other example, we will see if I don't have the given, if it's not given, so I need to use a point. We'll see it in the next example to find a. So what's going to be the vertex form? It's minus 2x minus 1 squared plus 3. Let's move, guys, to another example. Okay. Oh, I want you to see it. This is the function. I already drew it. Did you see where is the vertex? Did you see it? This is y equal to 3. Can I have a value bigger than 3? No, I cannot have any value bigger than 3. So that's why the range is less than 3. This is the range. The domain, it's from minus infinite. I can have any x. I can have any x because this function is unlimited, it's going down. So I don't have any problem with the domain. I just have a problem with the range. It's gonna be just not a problem. The highest value is 3. Let's move to another example and we're gonna see how we can link this function to real life. If you have the profit, if this equation represents the profit, minus 20x squared plus 1400x minus 12,000, it's a profit of selling some calculators. X represents the selling price. I need to find the maximum selling price. It means I need to find the maximum value of X and the maximum profit. Once I have x, I will replace. So let's look at it. It's a quadratic. A is negative. It means it's downward. Excellent. The maximum will be the vertex. So what do I need to find? The vertex. So the vertex is the maximum selling price. X is equal minus b over 2a. And I just replace to find it. And the answer going to be 35. It's minus 1,400 over 40. I got this is the maximum price. Excellent. How I will find the maximum profit? I would just calculate P of 35 and just using my calculator, and I found the answer at $12,500 or euro or anything. So this is how do we use quadratic in real life. I'll move quickly to the last example. How we can find the equation of a parabola using the graph. I have two graphs here. The first one. If you look at the first one, you just need to look first at the given. What's given? How can I find the equation. What's given at the vertex? And the vertex is a 3 and 5. And they gave me, so just I'm allowed to use B and A, and they gave me A. This is what I'm talking about here, 0 minus 4. Now, since the vertex is given and they gave me a point, so I will use the vertex form. The vertex form is what? It's ax minus h squared plus k. Excellent. I have the vertex at 3, 5. So I will replace h by 3, k by 5. So it's going to be a x minus 3 squared plus 5. This is what I was talking about in the preceding example. There, the function, I have it. How can I find a? I will replace with any point that I have from the graph. Which point I have here? 0 minus 4. I will replace it, and once I will replace it, I will find the value of a, so a is minus 1. So this is my parabola, and I can really check that it's right because a is negative, it's downward, so I'm on the right track. The last example before the 15 minutes are done. So the last example, they didn't give me the vertex. What was given? Just I have 3 points. I have the 2x intercept, I have x-intercept, or also we call the zeros, and I have the y-intercept. Since I have the x-intercept, I can use the intercept form. So what is the intercept form? It's y is equal ax minus b, x minus q. X minus b is the first factor. Is if minus 3 is a 0. So what is if x equal minus 3 is a 0? So what was the factor? X plus 3. If x equal 1 is a 0, what is the factor? X minus 1. What I still need to find? A. Excellent. How we will find it? By replacing by a given point, 0 minus 6. And then I will get the equation. Sure, so you're gonna tell me, Miss, I cannot use the standard form. Sure. I can use here y is equal ax squared plus bx plus c. And I will have three unknown abc. So I need a system of three equations. So I will replace by the point that's given. I can replace by a and by b and by c, and in the end I will be able to find the equation, but it will be in standard form. Also it works, and you're gonna have a system of equations, three equations with three unknown. So if I replace, let me see if I still have time, I'll try if I still have time. So if I replace by the first point, so I have 0 is equal 9a minus 3b plus c. This is the first equation. With another point, 0 is equal a plus b plus c, and the last point is minus 6 is equal to c. Okay, I got, because x is 0, I got c is minus 6x, and I can replace in the first two. So this equation will be here 9a minus 3b is equal to 6, because c is minus 6 or 6, and the second one will be a plus b is equal to 6. Now I can do it by elimination or substitution, as we were doing in the preceding chapter. You can multiply, for example, this by 3. You will have, this equation will be 3a plus 3b is equal to 18. Then I can add. So I will have 12a is equal, this is 0, is equal to 20, 20, 18 plus 6. Now I'm going so fast. 24. So a is equal to 2. I got a. A is 2. How are we going to find b? B is equal 6 minus 2 is b is equal 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Oh, God. Because I'm going so fast, I want to finish before the 15 minutes. And then I got a, b, and c. And the equation will be y is equal to x squared plus 4x plus minus 6. And also, it's right. This is all for the first part. We'll do more application in the class. And then see you later in the next recording session.